Hello and welcome to day 172 of Dungeon23, the series where we make a room of a mega dungeon every day for a year. We're blitzing through this because I have work early tomorrow. So in this little house here, we have just two generic goblin bandits and also a goblin warlock. And he uses I think it's pronounced Booyag or Boohag? Boyag? There's no pronunciation key, so it's impossible to say. Slave of the Archfey, which is basically a goblin warlock. This guy is an 11th level spellcaster as a warlock, so he gets things like, I know he could conjure Fey once a day. He has mage armor, disguise self. Obviously, he has Eldritch Blast. That's kind of a go-to. He might have Dimension Door. He certainly has Misty Step. Basically, just a bunch of spells like that. And he's quite formidable, but he has two things that make him easier to deal with. The first one being that he just naturally has a low armor class of 11, which is, without modifiers, is only a 45% chance to hit. So that's pretty good, all things considered. So realistically, there's like a 70% chance he's going to get hit. And also, he's kind of cursed, I assume, by the wizard. If ever he leaves his house here, at the end of his turn, he has to... Well, he doesn't make a save. He just takes 1d10 necrotic damage if he ends his turn outside of his house. And he's always want to be in his house. He's refusing to leave. If the house gets set on fire, he's just going to die in it because he does not want to leave his house and he refuses to under any circumstances. So it could be easy to destroy him, but there's some other stuff that may be lost in the process of blowing up his house. On his possession, he has a bag containing 1,000 copper pieces, which is probably very heavy, but also just, it's fun loot because of how annoying it is. It's 1,000 pennies. He also has an alchemy jug, which if you don't know what an alchemy jug is, it is a, well, jug with various different stoppers on it, and you could produce various different liquids. They're like very random and aren't always helpful. Like, okay, oil is useful, water and salt water is useful. Honey is useful, I guess. Ale is probably what most people would use it for. But, like, acid is really useful. But, like, mayonnaise? Really? It's not even really a fluid. It's more like a gelatin, I guess. I don't know. It's a magic item that I have mixed feelings about because it feels like so much wasted potential. But besides this point, he also has on him a thing that doesn't really do anything, but it's more just to mess with the party. And that is a piece of paper which has the names of one of the party members' families written on it. The barbarian, it has his mom and dad and sister and brother and second cousin, just names written on a piece of paper. And it's just there to mess with the party. Again, obviously created by the wizard to just mess with the party because he wants to screw with them. He wants to make all these weird, wacky, random things happen to see how the party reacts and deals with it. That's kind of how it works. He's the Jason Goldstriker of D&D. And if you get that reference, then, I don't know, just think about your life choices up to this point. So yeah, that is day 172. We had a little bit of a tech issue, but hopefully it didn't show up on the screen recorder. If you want to see more wacky goblin hijinks and non-goblin hijinks for later in Dungeon, then consider liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, all that jazz. So these videos will show up in recommendations. Or you could always just come back tomorrow because the series is daily. It's a daily challenge. Obviously, we're on day 172. This shouldn't be your first video because you have a lot to catch up on, so you know what's going on. So yeah, I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to improve.